Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another long episode. Today, I want to talk about something very important in life: friendship. Not just simple friendship, but the kind that teaches you lessons, helps you grow, and sometimes hurts you in ways that make you stronger. This story happened a few years ago, but I still think about it often because it changed the way I understand people, relationships, and myself. It all started during my second year of high school. I wasn't very confident back then. I was quiet, shy, and always nervous about saying something wrong. I usually spent my breaks reading or listening to music instead of talking to classmates. Then one day, a new student joined our class. Her name was Sarah. She had long black hair, bright eyes, and this energy that made everyone in the room feel more alive. She introduced herself with a warm smile and immediately became the center of attention. At first, I didn't think we would ever be friends. She was confident, I was not. She was talkative, I was quiet. She made friends easily. I struggled even to start a conversation. But life is strange. Sometimes the most unexpected connections become the most meaningful. One morning, I was sitting alone in the school garden, eating a sandwich and reading, when Sarah suddenly sat next to me. She didn't say anything at first. She just sat there looking at the trees and the sky. After a minute, she turned to me and asked, "What are you reading?" Her voice was soft, curious, like she really wanted to know. I showed her the book, and she smiled. "I like reading too. Maybe we can talk about books sometime." That was the beginning of everything. Over the next few weeks, we talked more and more. Sometimes it was about books, sometimes about music, sometimes about dreams and fears and random small things. Slowly, I started to feel comfortable around her. Her presence was warm, safe, simple. She made me laugh, she made me talk, she made me feel like I was not invisible. We started hanging out after school. We bought ice cream, walked around the city, took photos of random things: clouds, stray cats, colorful balconies, old street signs. She had this habit of finding beauty in everything. Even in the most boring corner of the street, she could find something interesting, and she taught me how to look at the world differently. But then, things changed. Slowly, without realizing, I started depending on her too much. She became my closest friend, maybe even the only friend I felt connected to. But for her, she was just one of many people she cared about. She had a big circle, many friends, countless social plans. Sometimes she canceled our meetings because someone else invited her somewhere else. Sometimes she forgot to reply to my messages. Sometimes she was tired, busy, or simply in another world. At first, I told myself it was okay. I tried to be understanding. But deep inside, I started feeling insecure again, just like before we met. I started thinking, maybe she doesn't really need me. Maybe I'm boring. Maybe I'm just a background character in her life. One afternoon, something happened that I will never forget. We had planned to meet at the small cafe near the library. I arrived early, ordered a drink, and waited. 5 minutes passed, 10, 20. I texted her, no reply. 30 minutes, an hour. Finally, she sent a message. "Sorry, I forgot. I'm at the mall with friends. Maybe next time?" That moment broke something inside me. Not because she forgot, but because I realized how different our expectations were. I felt unimportant, invisible again, like nothing had changed. I left the cafe, walked slowly through the city, and tried not to cry. The world looked blurry, not because of rain, but because of the feeling that I mattered less. For days, I didn't talk to her. She didn't ask why. Maybe she didn't notice. Maybe she didn't understand what she meant to me. Maybe she just lived her life the way she always did, bright, free, flowing like the wind, while I held on to every small moment like it was something sacred. 1 week later, she approached me in the school corridor. She looked confused and a bit hurt. "Are you angry with me?" I wanted to say no. I wanted to smile and act normal. But something inside me pushed me to be honest. So I told her everything: how I felt, how I depended on our friendship, how her actions affected me, even if she didn't mean to hurt me. She listened quietly. Then she said something I will never forget. You can't build your whole world around one person. It's too heavy for them and too dangerous for you. Her words were sharp, but true. I realized I was expecting her to fill a space that I needed to fill myself. Friendship is not ownership. It is connection, not dependence. Support, not survival. After that conversation, we didn't stop being friends, but the relationship changed, became healthier, lighter, more balanced. I started meeting new people, exploring new hobbies, building confidence slowly. I learned to enjoy time alone. I learned that people can care about you without carrying your whole emotional world. Sarah and I remained good friends, but now I see her as part of my life, not the center. And that balance made the friendship stronger, not weaker. The biggest lesson I learned: good friendships help you grow, but you must also grow on your own. No one can carry your whole heart except you. Thank you for listening to this long story. If you ever feel lost in friendships or feel too dependent on someone, remember this: you are enough by yourself, and the right people will stay, not because they have to, but because they choose to.